Welcome to day 3 of Chip Away at a Chapter book. We're reading the 9th ward still, and now it's Saturday. In the morning when I wake, Mama Yaya is standing over my bed. She scares me because I think she's one of my ghosts, but Spot doesn't part. So I calm down and I see it's Mama Yaya with her Coke bottle glasses at the top of her head. I don't know how long she's been standing there, watching me sleep. Are you okay, Mama Yaya? I'm fine, she says. You know how much I love you? Yes, I do. Though most often, Mama Yaya never says the word love. She just shows me, each and every day, when she buys me a scented soap from Walgreens, or fixes me grits with butter and sugar. When she asks, did you finish your homework? Or play cards with me? I was glad, Mama Yaya says, her voice scratchy, when your mama wanted me to help birth you. I buried your caul in the backyard, but not before I said prayers, laid down roots with it, and not before I took a drop of its blood and made a tea for your mama to get strong. Mama Yaya has never told me this before. I want to ask, where did you bury the caul? Is it beneath the magnolia tree? Beneath my bedroom window? In the flower bed? Instead, I keep quiet and I listen hard. My tea didn't work because your mama didn't want it to work. Spells, charms, roots can only do so much. All the root workers, all us folks who believe in faiths born in Africa know that. I sometimes think your mama chose to leave you with me. She knew I'd love you, like my own. She knew my loving you would keep me strong. But I think Mama Yaya no longer seems so strong. She points her finger at me. Just remember, Lanisha, don't feed the storm. The storm takes, the storm gives. Then she is gone, shuffling, leaning on her cane. For some reason, I want to cry. I go to the window, poke my head out into the hot, damp air. It seems an ordinary August day. Don't feed the storm. But the creature is already feeding on a warm Gulf water, feeding on moist air, sucking it in, becoming a monster. I get angry. How dare the storm worry Mama Yaya? I don't know what to do. I grab the pre-algebra teacher's edition, a pad, a pencil, and eraser. In bed, under the covers, I solve the hardest problems. In the afternoon, the TV announces an emergency message. I sit on the couch beside Mama Yaya. The reporters in the TV studio and those on location in City Hall are chattering, saying the same thing over and over. Emergency. The mayor will speak. Then everybody quiets when the mayor comes out. He looks straight into the camera and says everybody should get out. Now. Leave New Orleans. Flat. Just like that. Leave New Orleans. This is a mandatory evacuation. Mandatory. Mama Yaya bites her lip, shakes her head, muttering, how can it be mandatory if I don't have a way to go? I feel like screaming. I want to leave. I'm super scared, but if I tell Mama Yaya, I may upset her more. I can't sit on the sofa anymore. I get up and go outside. My street is not the same. It's busier, crazier, with more activity than last night. In front of Mrs. Watson's house, there are 3 cars with boxes and suitcases on the roof. Mrs. Watson's son, Ernie, is yelling, Ma, hurry up! I don't know what to take, Mrs. Watson wails. Don't matter, says Ernie. We'll be back. Come on now. Mrs. Watson, when she sees me, rushes down the steps. Lanisha, we're going to Baton Rouge. You and Mama Yaya should come too. Mama, there ain't no room, shouts Ernie. Ernie's wife is holding a baby on her hip. Mrs. Watson's other children are with them too. 4 Watson kids, and each of the 4 kids has 2 kids. One has 3. It'll be one uncomfortable ride in the 3 cars. Good thing Mr. Watson is a ghost, I think. I see him, shaking his head, standing behind Mrs. Watson. He's trying to comfort her, but she's too busy worrying about me to feel him. Most people would feel ghosts if they let themselves, but most people are ignorant on purpose or else too busy, too scared. Real folks ignore any kind of magic. I say, "Go on, Mrs. Watson. My people are coming for me and Mama Yaya." "Truly?" Mrs. Watson says, relieved. Ernie wipes his sweaty brow. "I knew your family would one day come to their senses." "Truly," I say. I start walking, raise my hand high as a wave, but I don't look back. No one is coming for Mama Yaya and me. I feel shame. Even if my uptown relatives don't want me, at least they could rescue Mama Yaya. They owe her for taking care of me all those years, I think. For the first time, I realize that Mama Yaya is kind of an orphan like me. She and I don't have any other people except each other. I wipe tears from my face. Me and Mama Yaya, we don't need anyone. I think we're fine. I pass Rudy and Rodriguez's house. "Mojitos!" Rudy shouts, lifting his glasses to me. Rodriguez hits him. "She's too young." "Y'all leaving?" "No," says Rudy. "Mojitos are fine for riding out storms. Tropical drink for tropical weather." I smile, feeling good that they are staying. Comforted that we won't be here alone. Neither Mama Yaya nor I can drive. We don't own a car. If we got to anywhere, we wouldn't have any money. Mama Yaya's Social Security check doesn't come until September 1st. I walk to the end of the block. Aunt Ernestine, she's called that by everyone, is shelling pole beans on our porch. Two kids, Donnell and Faith, are playing jacks behind her. She's got a calico cat that sometimes lives with them. It comes and goes. Aunt Ernestine is raising her sister's kids, all 5 of them. Every Sunday she dresses the children for church, cleans their faces, and wipes Vaseline on them to keep them from being ashy. They all walk in a line, 9 years old down to 5. The baby is carried by Ernestine. I wonder if tomorrow they'll go to church. I wave. Aunt Ernestine waves back, smiling. "Trust in the Lord." I think Aunt Ernestine can't afford to leave either, or else she's not afraid like Rudy and Rodriguez. "Yes, ma'am," I say. Then I turn and head back down my street. "Tayshaun!" He runs up to me, his face serious. "You'll take care of Spot?" Tayshaun's dad is sitting on a sad-looking motorbike and he's yelling at Tayshaun to get on. Tayshaun grabs my hands. My fingers feel his stumps where his 6 fingers were trying to grow. "You'll take care of Spot?" "Promise. Promise. He's my good dog." "Your only dog," I say. Then Tayshaun hugs me and I'm startled. "You're my best friend." I hug Tayshaun back. His father rolls his eyes and curses. I whisper, "Where are you going?" "Superdome. The mayor says it'll be open tomorrow morning. My dad wants to get in line." I can't imagine waiting in line all night for a chance to sleep in the Superdome where the Saints play football and the cheerleaders jump and scream. Tayshaun squeezes me so tight I can barely breathe. We are kin, both lonely. I hug some more, with all my might. He looks at me clear and hard, looking at me up close rather than looking at who knows what's far away. "I'll take care of Spot." "Swear?" "Tayshaun," his father shouts, "we've got to go. Your mama's waiting on us." "Swear," I say, thinking me and Tayshaun aren't complete kin. He has a mom and pop looking out for him. "Lanisha," Tayshaun says, "Jinya was by earlier looking for you." "She was?" "Yeah, she knocked at your door, but no one answered." My heart is racing. "She told me to tell you. See you soon." "She did?" I'm acting stupid, asking to hear again what Tayshaun just told me. "Tayshaun!" "Got to go." He races off and gets out of the motorbike, wraps his hands around his father's waist. "Tayshaun!" I shout. "Is Jinya at the Superdome?" Tayshaun twists his head. His hands cup his mouth. "She said she was going," he yells over the motorbike roar. I wave and wave. I think I will protect Spot with my life. Jinya and I will be friends after the storm. I watch Tayshaun and his pop motorbike down the street. I think, look back, Tayshaun, look back. I stare and stare at his bobbing head. The motorbike billows smoke. Look back, Tayshaun. I'm surprised by my feelings. 2 days ago, I just knew Tayshaun as the short, weird, quiet kid in my neighborhood and class, and now I feel like I've known him forever. Which I have, but it's different. I know Tayshaun protects dogs, and he trusts me enough to share Spot, and he somehow knew that it mattered to me that Jinya came looking for me. I see the signs. I couldn't before. There, Tayshaun turned his head. Smiling, he's looking back at me. I jump excited. Then he and his pop disappear, motoring far, far away. I stand in the middle of the street. On either side of me, folks are packing cars to leave, hammering wood over windows, or else standing, sitting on the porch, playing music, drinking liquor like it's Mardi Gras. No one is paying attention to me. I turn toward home. I'm feeling happier, a little less scared. Tayshaun has looked out for me. I will look out for him. And Spot. When I see Jinya again, I'll give her a drawing of a bridge. I have a feeling she'll like it. Still Saturday. It's almost evening, and the living room is filled with my bridges. I have been drawing them all afternoon. They make me feel safe, like this is an ordinary weekend day. The setting sun through the windows makes them glow, and I imagine walking across the bridges, one by one. I don't understand it, Mama Yaya is tapping her cane on the floor. I've smelled the air, felt the dirt, searched the sky, and listened. All my signs tell me the hurricane is a big one, but it should be fine. But I don't feel fine. Whenever I lay down, I dream a big black shroud. Lanisha, I don't know what it means. I need you to ask your ghosts. What? I know you see them. But you see them too. I know I do, but I have to work hard to see them. With you, it's a gift. They'll respond to you. You're partly their kind. Feet bridging two worlds. Just try it, baby. I'm worried. Something's coming, not just a hurricane. Mama Yaya has never asked for my help with these things before. Her eyes blinked big behind her glasses. Mama Yaya always said I should ignore the ghosts. They are just like trees, pieces of furniture, just there. Don't pay them no mind. She said once I started talking to them, I may never stop. It's not bad talking to ghosts, but just bad if you want a more normal life in this here world. I've never understood what that means, normal. If I were normal, I wouldn't be living with Mama Yaya. I'd be living in a house with a mother and father and with my own dog. I don't answer Mama Yaya right away. I'm thinking. Even when she pulls me close to her on the couch, her arms wrapped around my shoulders, I'm thinking hard. We watch the TV in silence, our knees touching and the humidity rising, sucking the air out of the room. The white swirls are nearly eating up the weatherman's map now, and every few minutes there's something new about the storm on its way. The TV flashes pictures. The highways are bumper to bumper, says a male reporter. When gas runs out, they'll just get out and walk. See, that family there? Hitchhiking. Thousands of folks are trying to leave New Orleans. Another picture. Even though it's a mandatory evacuation, the mayor is allowing those who don't have the money to leave to spend the night in the Superdome. I lean forward, trying to see if I can see Tayshaun or Jinya in the sea of people on the screen. Another picture. An old man with gap in his teeth on his front lawn shouting into the microphone. Where would I go? This is my home. If go to the Superdome, who's gonna protect my house? Behind him is a crowd of men, mostly young, jumping up and down, trying to get on TV. I see chaos. Another good word. I see Mama Yaya's truly scared. She hasn't combed her hair again, and it's standing on end every which way. I'm nervous. I look around to calm myself. Me and Mama Yaya have prepared some food, check. Water, check. Flashlight, check. We've even put all the porch furniture in the shed. And like always, in case of emergency, in case me and Mama Yaya get separated, I know I'm to go to Missionary Baptist Church. But I still feel on edge. You want me to get your blood pressure medicine? I can barely say. I'm fine. She gets up and sits in her rocker, staring at the TV. No, I'm not fine. Reaches into her house dress pocket and opens her bottle of pills. Hand me that water, baby. I give her the glass and watch as she swallows the pill in the water. Mama Yaya looks older than I've ever seen her. My dreams say the city should be fine. Then the dreams say, not fine. Doesn't make sense. Either the hurricane is fine or it ain't. Either the city survives or it don't. I know she wants to say, ask your ghosts, Lanisha. Ask them. But she doesn't. I look around the living room. The good sofa is covered in plastic. On the side of the table, there are little black angels. Some of them are chipped. Some are faded. Mama Yaya has had them since she was a girl. On the wall and on the coffee table are photos of Mama Yaya when she was young, beautiful. In one picture, she is holding hands with Private Charles. He's skinny with a wide smile and black velvet eyes. He died in World War II. They never married or had children. Afterwards, the girl in the photo stopped being Dolores and became Mama Yaya, midwife, healer. I don't see any ghosts right now, I say. Maybe they went to the Superdome, too. Says Mama Yaya. What about your mama? I blink. Mama Yaya is truly scared, else she never asked me to talk to my mother. She always started a conversation with her, might bring a mess of sorrow for what could be, for what was lost. Go on, child. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious. I'm old and thought I'd seen everything, understood all that needs understanding. I don't understand this. Dreams that say Orleans still stands after the hurricane, but the streets still flood with sadness. I don't know if I should move you from danger, but I can't figure out what the danger is. Maybe you should see if the Watsons left. Maybe you could ride with them. I'm not going anywhere, not without you. If only we had a car. If I had some more money. If my uptown relatives were here, I think, but don't say. This Katrina is gonna be bad, but no worse than the worst storm. The hurricane isn't the bad thing, but I can't figure out what is. I look at the house, my only home. The radio is on. The TV is loud. Mama Yaya is shouting, shaking her head. Her feet are swollen in the bedroom slippers. I sigh and say, Spot, come. If I'm going to do this, I want company. I climb the stairs. I'm hoping she's not there, hoping my mother's ghost fled the storm. Mama Yaya's room is dark. I hear wind gently rattling the windows. I turn on the light. On the bed is my mother. She's so light. Seems like a big wind could blow her away. She isn't solid flesh like me. Everything about her is transparent. Spot walks toward the bed. Spot, I say. But the silly dog is sniffing like there's no tomorrow. He goes right up to my mother's face. Her cheek is on the pillow, her eyes open. Mama, I say. 12 years and I've hardly ever spoken her name. I never told Mama Yaya, but I used to try and speak with her all the time. When I was a toddler, I'd crawl over the bed, demanding her attention. From kindergarten class, I brought pictures of my hands in brown and blue paint. In second grade, I showed her how I could make an empty pop bottle sound like a flute if I blew across its top. I asked her questions about my pop, who he was, where'd he go. Sometimes I'd get so angry because she wouldn't answer, or else she'd just cry, then cry some more. After a while, I stopped bothering her, just let her be. Mama? Her hand reaches out as if she could pat Spot. Spot sits, studying her. I walk further into the room. Mama? She looks like me. I'm startled. For the first time, I really see the resemblance between us, me being 12 and her being 17. There's only 5 years between us now, but as I've grown, she's remained the same. It helps me realize how young she was when she died. Because of me, I think. I turned to go, then turned back. Mama Yaya has never asked one thing of me. At least, never something so important. I say, how bad is this storm going to be? My mother's ghost blinks. Her eyes are just as blank as the other ghosts, like no one is inside her body. How bad? Mama Yaya's frightened. You remember her. You're in her bed. She helped you birth me. Maybe I should have forgotten the birth part, since for my mother it didn't turn out so well. I'm sorry, I say. I don't mean to bother you. Just tell me, is the storm going to be bad? Spot stands, walks away. Even he sees it's a lost cause. Please tell me, or if you can't talk, give me a sign. I'm close to the bed. If my mother wore perfume, I'd smell it. Instead, there's no smell, no movement in the air surrounding her body. There is nothing in her eyes that says she knows me. Please, I say, bothered that I'm pleading. My mother's ghost fades. I'm disappointed, even more lost than before, feeling every bit as orphan. I go downstairs. Mama Yaya seems to have forgotten what she asked me to do. She sits in her chair, watching the TV again. The sound is off, and for some reason it's scarier, watching the silent, twirling spiral twisting on the screen, inching across the blue water, coming closer to New Orleans shore. Sunday. It's Sunday. Evacuate, reads the newspaper headline. Evacuate, says the TV anchors, looking not so pretty anymore. They look tired, a bit scared. The weatherman is no longer wearing a tie or jacket. His shirt sleeves are rolled up and he's sweating. His shirt's armpits are brown. The camera does a close-up of the weatherman's face. He says, evacuate. I can put the crocheted sofa shawl over Mama Yaya. She's asleep in her favorite chair. She never went to bed. I almost turn off the TV, but I don't. Too much quiet might wake Mama Yaya. I walk through the house. Even though it's Sunday, there's no smell of cinnamon-spiced waffles or pancakes. I can't smell any bacon. I'm not hungry anyway. There's quiet when there should be pots rattling in the kitchen. Me and Mama Yaya should be at the table talking up a storm. She should be telling me about signs, about how black crows are freedom birds, symbols for slaves flying back to Africa. She should be telling me how to cook black-eyed peas and greens will bring us money in the new year. We can always use extra, she says every time. She should be telling me why she loved me the minute she laid eyes on me. You were special. I just knew it. And how she never stopped. Spot slides up to me, his head pushing at my hand. I pet him, scratch behind his ears. You need to go outside? I ask, happy to have something to do. Outside, Spot rushes to his favorite tree and peas. He sniffs every speck of dirt in every tree, happy to be outside. His tail is wagging like crazy. I sit on the porch steps, watching the neighborhood. I don't know what to expect next. The sun is dead high in the sky. Yesterday, some of the neighbors stopped by wanting to know what Mama Yaya was going to do, believing her special powers gave her special knowledge about the storm. I told her, me and Mama Yaya are staying put. I didn't tell them Mama Yaya was conflicted. Another good word. Most seemed happy that Mama Yaya was going to stay. I sit on the porch waiting for something to happen. I want to see Mary and Keisha doing double dutch. See the men and the boys staring under the hood of a car, talking about pistons and spark plugs. See Miss Lelia combing the knots out of the girls' hair and blowing kisses to the boys. The neighborhood just seems quiet, too quiet. The quiet before a storm quiet, I guess. I've read that phrase before, but I never knew what it meant. But now all of us, the entire neighborhood, are expecting a hurricane. Even though Katrina's still out in the Gulf, she's coming closer and closer. I think quiet before the storm means it isn't really quiet. Maybe it means only now you can hear birds flying, forming a V overhead, or that the air has sound, that it whistles low and deep as a storm approaches. Quiet before the storm means folks are done hammering wood across their windows and placing sacks behind the front doors. Or maybe it means there's loneliness, a weird loneliness that isn't yet real. I know Mama Yaya says the hurricane is not the problem, but I feel scared, like bugs are crawling up and down my skin. Mama Yaya has always told me, some things are seen, some are unseen. You see a lot, Lanisha, more than most people, but life, I guarantee, will still surprise you. I sigh. I can't see the future, though I stare at the sky. I can't read the storm signs. I whistle for Spot, his big fluffy feet telling me he's going to be a big dog. I hug Spot, then look into his brownest eyes. What do you see? His ears point straight up. He sits beside me on the porch step. I feel nervous, watching my neighbors readying for the storm. Tonight, when it hits, we'll all be inside our house. I wonder if they feel like I do, scared. If they worry about getting hurt or not having enough to eat. Afraid like the big bad wolf and the wind might blow all our houses away. Other than the groceries, Mama Yaya and I haven't really prepared much. I wonder if they're saying, oh, pages are stuck. Carry an umbrella and it won't rain. Might be true for hurricanes, too. If I prepare for the worst, maybe the hurricane won't come. Besides, that's what grown-ups are doing, preparing. I'm thinking Mama Yaya can't afford me to be a child no more. Since her bad dreams, she seems more like a kid. Like she needs me. I think of all the people Mama Yaya has taken care of in her life. Probably hundreds, thousands with herbs and potions for arthritis and fevers. She's birthed babies, and when they grew up, helped birth their babies. And there's me, 365 days times 12 years equals 4,380 days that Mama Yaya has cared for me. No one gave her money, not even welfare. She could have asked, but she didn't. Love is as love does, Mama Yaya says. So I have to decide, prepare or not. Prepare. Grow up. Time for me to make things safe. For me, Mama Yaya, and Spot. I close all the windows and get planks from the shed in the backyard. Nails, too. I pound and pound. My arm hurts and my planks aren't so great. Some are crooked and the second-story windows are boarded up from the inside rather than the out. But it's better than nothing. I roast a chicken the way Mama Yaya taught me. If the electricity goes out, chicken will keep at room temperature, perhaps for 2 days. It'll be our un-Sunday treat. Better than beans and rice. But I cook those too. They'll take even longer to spoil. My cooking isn't as good as Mama Yaya's, but I make do. Then I remember there's an old ice chest in the pantry. If I drag it upstairs, we can have a picnic. I rinse out the chest and fill it with ice cubes from the freezer. There's still a quart of milk and orange juice left. They'll keep cool. The chicken, too. I'm excited. I grab carrots, American cheese. There's broccoli, too, but I don't grab that. Behind the margarine, I see a jar of applesauce. Dessert. There's a knock on the back door. Mama Yaya, you all right? I open the screen door. It's Pastor Williams. She's fine, I say. Please come in. Mama Yaya would want me to remember my manners. Lanisha, is it? Yes, sir. We're offering comfort at the church. We're fine here, Pastor Williams. It's not that Mama Yaya doesn't believe in God or church. She believes in many gods, just as African slaves did. She said gods live in everything in the whole wide world, so every place you are is holy. Pastor looks at me curious like, I keep praying Dolores will bring you to be baptized. She never did. No, sir. I am surprised that he called Mama Yaya Dolores. Dolores and I go way back. Went to school together when we were about your age. Is she all right? Yes, sir. She's resting upstairs. He blinks like an old owl. You've got everything you need? Food? Water? Yes, sir. Enough for a few days. Then you ought to be just fine. Tell Dolores you and she are welcome at the church. I will, but I don't think she'll come. I don't think she will either. She follows faith in her own way. It's my duty to ask. You come if you have a mind, if the storm gets worse, more than you two can handle. Thank you. Pastor Williams turned away, then turned back. I could tell he was struggling, like he couldn't make up his mind whether to say something or not. Then he did. I knew your mother too, you know. I hold my breath. She was a lovely girl. She wanted you very, very much. Did she go to your church? No, but once she visited me. You were about to be born. She said she liked the peace in my church. I licked my lips. She didn't talk much, he smiled. She said she liked the quiet, so I just sat beside her, prayed. A few nights later, you were born. Mama Yaya did let me bury her when she passed on, though. Have you visited her grave? I shake my head. I don't tell him that her ghost is upstairs. Let me know if you ever want to go. I'll take you and Mama Yaya to pay your respects. He opened the screen door, stepping down the stairs. Where? I say, pushing open the door. St. Louis Cemetery, number 2. They have a section for indigents. The sun is 3 o'clock in the sky. The hurricane, says the weatherman. The hurricane, says the weatherman, will arrive this evening. Still Sunday. I gather all the candles, matches, and flashlights we have. I put them in a box in Mama Yaya's room. I drag extra blankets from the linen closet and put them there too. Mama Yaya has not left the bed today. I can tell she's trying to dream, unlock the storm's mystery. She looks terrible. She's worn the same flowery headdress, house dress, for 2 days. Pastor Williams stopped by, she says. I knew he'd come by. Always does when there's trouble. I gather my nerve and ask, how come we never visit Mama's grave? No need for that. You see her here every day. I wince. Mama Yaya pats the bed. Come here, precious. I sit on the edge of the bed. I breathe her scent deeply. You know dirt didn't hold the dead. I know. Come, let me hold you. I lay down and Mama Yaya holds me. Spot lays his paws across her legs. Your mama loves you. She's so in love with you. She never left. She's not at rest. No, she's still trying to birth you. Wants to make sure you can survive on your own. Doesn't make sense. It will. Mama Yaya squeezes me. It will. I lift onto my elbow and look at Mama Yaya. She looks right back at me. You know something, I say? Yes, I know something, but it's not mine to tell. It's yours to figure out. I feel irritated. I get up. The sun is now low in the sky. I close my eyes. I can smell wet. Damp, rotting, salty wet. Katrina is coming. I can tell Mama Yaya is tired. I go downstairs to make her warm milk. I also heat water on the stove and pour water into 2 hot water bottles. I place them in Mama Yaya's bed and retuck her blanket. I cook the chicken giblets for Spot. I lock the back screen door. I push a kitchen chair against it. I look around me. The kitchen is clean, quiet, and the refrigerator is filled with food and water. For a minute, I feel pride. Mama Yaya is still upstairs trying to dream, and I've taken care of things. I'm satisfied, content. Our house is ready for Katrina. I step onto the porch. The sky is now orange and purple. Sundown is coming. The air smells like barbecue. Neighbors are grilling beef and pork. I walk to the sidewalk, look to the left, then look to the right. Now everybody seems to be outside. The smells are wonderful. Hickory, brown sugar, limes. My neighborhood is partying. Rudy waves to me. He's wearing a big chef's hat. He's cooking on the Palmer's grill. No sense letting meat waste if the power goes out. Miss Palmer shouts, You want ribs? You and Mama Yaya? Yes, I say. I'll bring 'em over. With potato salad, says Mr. Palmer from his wheelchair. Monique shouts, I got hot dogs. Want one or two? Two, I answer back. One for me and one for Spot. At this moment, I want to crush the entire neighborhood with my arms. Rudy shouts, Let's have salsa music. The Neville brothers, said Ernestine. Blues, Monique hollers back. I smile and go inside. Good thing the TV is small enough for me to lift. I carry it upstairs to Mama Yaya's room. Plugging in the TV, I tell Mama Yaya about the party. We'll have some good food tonight. Mrs. Palmer has ribs. See, things aren't so bad. We'll be all right tonight. I keep talking and talking, telling Mama Yaya about the food, the music, and about how happy everybody seems, how beautiful the sky looks when orange and purple swirls. Mama Yaya doesn't say much. She can barely keep her eyes open. I don't know if she's so tired or so intent on dreaming. I take a bubble bath. I've been saving my cherry bubbles for special occasion. I think, what could be more special than a hurricane? When Mama Yaya gave me the bubbles last Christmas, she told me that cherries were a sign for good fortune and sweet character. Like you, Lanisha. When I'm finished, I just want to curl up in bed with a soft pillow and sleep without dreams, but I don't. I gather up my school books, my pencils, my purple pen, and carry them to Mama Yaya's bedroom. I'm almost done, ready for the night. Spot, do you need to go outside? I whisper. Spot leaps off the bed. Mama Yaya fidgets and turns in her sleep as Spot and I head outside. I see darkness on the horizon, rolling in a too warm blanket. Wind has picked up, blowing leaves, causing branches to sway ever so slightly. There are covered plates by our front door, hot dogs, ribs, and potato salad. Neighbors have shared extra food. I guess we are surviving this storm together. The neighborhood is a ghost town, truly. The street is darker than usual because planks and shutters across house windows keep in the light. No cars are moving down the street. No one's sitting on porches or walking dogs. Not even Aunt Ernestine's stray cat, the no-name cat, is anywhere to be seen. Everyone is inside waiting. But I see ghosts, more than I've ever seen in my entire life. Ghosts are loitering. I like that word. Standing idly, lingering aimlessly. Me and Spot see them all. Seeing so many ghosts scares me. Before they just were, now they seem like an omen of bad things to come. Even though I don't want to talk with them, I think now is my chance to find out what Mama Yaya's dreams can't seem to tell her. I walk to beneath the lamppost. Spot sniffs and I ask Mr. Watson's ghost, Is the hurricane going to be bad? He opens his mouth and moans, No. A ghost girl skips rope. A ghost boy rides a bike. They smile at me. Maybe they aren't gnomen after all. Maybe they need a place, like everyone else, to see the storm through. I pick up the food the neighbors have left. Spot licks his lips, ready for dinner. I realize I'm hungry too. I lock the door tight and head back upstairs. Me and Mama Yaya are going to be fine. Our neighborhood is going to be fine. It's 7 p.m. Mama Yaya smiles weakly and sits up slowly, leaning halfway back into a pile of pillows. I give her a spoonful of potato salad while Spot gobbles his hot dog. Turn on the TV, Lanisha, says Mama Yaya. Dreaming, I can't see nothing. Hand me my glasses, honey. Let's see what the weatherman says about the storm. Part of me doesn't want to turn on the TV. Why did I bring it upstairs anyway? I press the power button and the screens light up, and there he is, the sweaty weatherman. Mama Yaya sits up further. I sit beside her, a pillow behind my back. At the bottom of the bed, Spot is lying on his back, his belly up. If we were watching Oprah, we'd be having a good time. The weatherman says Katrina is headed directly for New Orleans. If you haven't gotten out, buckle down. It's going to be a wild ride. Perhaps devastating. I go to Mama Yaya's window, peek between the slats. The sun gone, the moon is yellow, the wind whistling. It's coming, I hear Mama Yaya say. I shiver, tell myself not to be afraid. We'll survive the hurricane. Ghosts told me so. I must have fallen asleep because when I wake, Mama Yaya has her hands thrown over her head and she is sleeping deeply. The lamp on the nightstand makes the room glow, seem unreal. Nothing's moving. No mice. They skitter at night. Not even fat water bugs that come out when you turn down the lights. Nothing. Silence inside and out. I swear I can't hear a thing. No one's having a party. No fighting, laughing, singing. No words drifting up from the porches. Nothing. The quiet makes me think I'm going to die, like Mother Nature has sucked up everything. All sound, winds, human talk and cries. A vacuum. Absence of matter. I worry I'll be sucked up too, but the silence doesn't last. Pop! A wild rush. A howl that is louder than anything I've ever heard before. Mama Yaya sits bolt upright. It's the end of the world, sounding like the explosions and screams in the D-Day movies Mr. Gregg made us watch in history. It's a herd of elephants, wild, cackling hyenas let loose. A stampede of all the jungle animals, crackling, keening, bursting, pounding, the wind screeching like banshees. Sirens dooming sailors at sea. Rain whipped wood, whoosh, 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 smacking at trees, beating out sap. Like 1,000 Kansas homes, not just Dorothy's, were being swept up in a tornado. The house shakes, teetering in the wind and rain's violent game. Dodgeball, tug-of-war, shakes, sways, and I swear it's going to fall over. Down. The bed is rattling, creeping across the floor like it grew feet. We should all get in the tub. It is strong tough. The bolts and pipes will hold it down, keep us from falling away. I can't get Mama Yaya out of bed. She's too heavy for me to lift. I scream. She screams. I pull. Come on, I scream. Come on! Her face is pale. Her bony hands are cold. The house shudders and groans, creaks and complains like it's alive. The wind just howls back. Her feet are on the floor, her body slumped over. I grip her waist and pull her upright. Please, Mama Yaya, come on, please. She looks at me. No, through me, like she's not sure anymore who I am. The rain sounds like someone throwing rocks at the house. Spot barks. Mama Yaya jerks, and I use her motion to push her forward. 1 step, 2, 3. Come on, I say. You can do it. I pull. Push. Spot is rushing at the windows, barking at the wind, whipping her house like it's a mad dog outside trying to get in. I scream, Mama Yaya, come on. My face is all wet like the rain has come inside. I don't wipe my cheeks, just keep tugging Mama Yaya. My heart is about to burst. Then there's quiet, like the world outside disappeared, a pocket of deep silence. It's eerie, inspiring fear or dread. Spot cocks his head listening. Mama Yaya shuffles forward, grateful. I keep hold of her, pushing her. We make it to the bathroom and Mama Yaya wants to slump down over the toilet. No, here, I say, lifting her leg into the tub. Then, boom! The roar is back again. Stones are shattering the house. Mama Yaya falls forward and I fall on top of her. You all right? All right? I shriek. The rain and wind are fierce. I don't believe Mama Yaya hears me even though I'm shouting in her ear. She's moaning, moaning, moaning. Is she bleeding? I grab a towel for her head. Spot! I scream. He hears me and I stop snapping, growling at the monster outside and runs to jump into the tub. I hug him, squeezing hard. He licks my tears. Good dog, I say. You're a good, good dog. Hoping it's hot, too humid inside and out. I'm sweating, hoping Spot won't leap out of the tub. I close my eyes, getting as close as I can to Mama Yaya, praying her house won't fall over, praying it's going to be all right. Like a bullwhip, the rain lashes and lashes. It gets heavier, like bricks, smacking up, down like a giant pounding with his fists. The world is falling apart. First, the sky, then the roof. Falling, falling, I'm sure, to crash down on our heads. Mama Yaya sighs like she's given up. I hug Spot even harder. We won't last the night. I hope Jinya and Tayshawn are safe. I hope everybody in the Superdome is safe. The lights flicker, then it's dark. A dark, deep, and thick. The power is out. I can't get to the candles or matches. I've forgotten the flashlight. My eyes squint, getting used to the dark. Through the door, I can see straight into Mama Yaya's bedroom. Even though I've been in her room a million times, the shadows and shapes now frighten me. There are monsters here. The chair, the bed, the mirror, picking up glints of moonlight, seem to move, shuddering, trembling with spirits making them jerk, coming to life. The tub is cramped and hot. I feel sweat trickle down my back. Mama Yaya, you okay? I'm right, she says. I'm right. I can't see her. Her breathing is ragged. She can't seem to get enough air. I worry. The storm is quiet, but I still listen with all my might. Good. It's over. The storm is past. I start to stand up, but Mama Yaya grabs my hand, pulling me down. Mama Yaya is holding the bathtub ledge. Here it comes, she screams. Here it comes. Then boom, like a bomb exploding, the storm's back. Mama Yaya is screaming. I scream too. Spot howls. Planks squeal as if they're being pulled free of the nails. I hear pounding, doors flung open by wind, shutters slapping against windows, glass cracking, breaking like 1,000 bottles. Mama Yaya is yelling. E-Y-E. I realize that's what she's saying. We're in the hurricane's eye. I inhale and I try to wrap my free arm around Mama Yaya's. This is the worst, I think. It won't get worse. But still, I don't think I'll make it. Wind has leaked inside, snapping, swirling inside the house. I can feel its cool lick across my face. Pictures on the wall fall. Bed sheets billow like ghost sails. Mama Yaya's Evening in Paris perfume crashes to the floor, shattering. In the cold wet, I smell dead magnolias. How long can this last? The tub starts to buck. Slight, real, its claw feet straining up, trying to escape wood. Hold on, I shout. Hold on. Mama Yaya's house is old. I'm sure the wood will snap, break, will fly up towards the moon, into the hurricane's eye. I remember a picture book with an owl, cat, and cow in a tub. We three. Spot, Mama Yaya, and me will spin, cracking through the roof. Spin inside the eye. What'll we see? What'll we see? Die, I holler, the words bursting out of me. We're going to die. The hurricane is never-ending roller coaster. The tub bucks again, Spot falling against me. His fur fills my mouth. Mama Yaya has let go of my hand. Mama Yaya, I shout. The tub shudders and stills. The monster is done with our house. It's moving on, raining, twisting, blowing, stomping through our old neighborhood. Outside it smashes, roars. Trees snap, metal creaks, and things, stop signs, flower boxes, are being thrown, slapping against the walls. Thump, thump. I listen hard, retreating. The sound is moving away like thunder that travels through the sky. The wind, no longer fierce, still blows hard. The rain snaps less like a whip. I think I hear yelling outside. Help me, Jesus, help me, cries. Is it my imagination? Spot barks. His barks hurt my ears. I want to help. I think I should help. What can I do? I'm scared. I climb out of the tub. Mama Yaya, I'm going to get help. Call 911. She doesn't stop me, and I try in the heavy darkness to press my way forward, creeping across the tiles with my feet. When my feet touch carpet, I think that this is what it feels like to be blind. On the bed is my mother brightening like a light. I see the phone is still on the nightstand. I say, "Thank you, Mama," and walk toward the phone. Pick it up. I only hear silence. The line is dead. The house is trembling again. The giant has turned back around, and I no longer hear voices hollering for help. It's too loud outside. I think I didn't hear anything. It was just a trick. The hurricane teasing, making me think I heard sounds that weren't there. Then I think I hear someone crying again, loud, strong. I can't stand not to know what's happening, if I can help. We have an attic. I think if I go up there I might hear better, see better. see a way to help if help is needed. I shiver. It's too dark. The house is rocking. I should stay put. Then Mama Yaya shouts, "Go see! See what the storm has brought. We'll be up there soon enough." She sounds like herself again, her voice firm, steady. I hear Spot leap from the tub and patter until his fur is beneath my fingertips. He steps slowly forward. I understand. He's guiding me out into the hall. We walk slowly, carefully, until my hand touches the rail leading us to the attic door. Once we're inside, I no longer hear any voices. There's barely any light, only moonlight that reaches through the small window. We move slowly toward it. I place my hands on the glass. The panes are cold, trembling. I think the stars have all been swept away by the storm. I stand like a big baby and cry. I'll see you tomorrow for the next part of the story.